Hey everybody, it's Pete Carmasino here at Chaikin Analytics. This is our weekly Chaikin Power Feed video. We kind of look at some articles that we've written in the past, whether it could be the last couple of days or last week or so, or even last month, and we kind of bring them to life here in the video series. So this week, I want to talk about something that we've talked about in multiple articles in different sort of ways and from different angles. And from my viewpoint, just a month or so ago, we were talking about what's called the riptide warning, right? And it was about April 1st, I put this out. And I was talking about sort of the underlying current in the markets. A lot of areas of the market were being started to be propped up a little bit. And, this is going to lead down a path here, maybe a little bit longer video today, but some of those areas were not the areas that we've seen performing. They've been the underperforming areas. Now, some people call that broadening out. I think it might be a signal of something different, and I could be wrong. But the point being was, in my article, we talked about sort of the industrial sector, the energy sector, the materials sector, home builders in some cases, gold, and now even silver has popped up on the screen as a top performer in the last month or so. And what does that mean? That's a commodity cycle, right? Just a few days ago, we talked about how our system picked up the change in the energy sector using XLE, right? That was struggling for a little bit, but obviously the money flow started to pop up and started to change trend even before our rating did. Okay, so I'm going to look at a few different things today. Again, from a broad cycle of commodities, we can tend to see those specific areas of the market outperform when things are starting to change. Now, when I say change, we're talking about a lot of different things. You've got interest rates, we got an election year. This is the year of change, right? We've had solar eclipses, earthquakes, a lot of stuff going on, obviously some tension geopolitically in the Middle East as well. So there's never a dull moment in the markets, and the markets have to take all that information, decipher it, and make some decisions. The decisions that have been made have been toward the commodity group. I'm going to show you how the last month or so, even 3 months of performance, has shown a lot of outperforming areas from the gold and silver area we talked about, energy in general, but a lot of hard commodities as well. So let's take a look right now and go over one or two charts right now. All right, I'm here at the Chaikin Analytics system, and I wanted to just start off here and look at the previous 1 month performance in the list that I named my weekly market update. Now, I look at this a lot, obviously, but on a weekly basis, I try to see what's happening. But I went out 1 month, and in our system, you can change the area of look back just to see, again, the percentage movement over the last 1 month. Look at the top area here. We're talking wheat, oil. This is a commodities sort of basket. The dollar, which you can consider a commodity to a degree, copper, gold, and silver. Okay, so underneath here is a lot of market-related themes, which high yield, these two areas are considered sort of correlated highly with equities, but even treasury, the short-term treasury, this is the 7 to 10-year treasury ETF, has underperformed. And look at the bottom area, you've got real estate and sugar. Again, a commodity, but just not the one that's being bought. A lot of these other ones are more preferable at the moment, okay? But let's look really quick. I'm going to type in XLE and show you what happened. We were talking about a lot of changes. Here's that money flow change. Look at the money flow change back in January 24 of this year, 24, around $80 and change. Now, this has moved all the way up and is traded as high, looks almost $99, call it 98, 97. That's the high on April 12th, just a few days ago. It's cooled off a little bit, obviously, but you've got a lot of sort of tensions, again, geopolitical tensions that are obviously raising sort of the risk and the price of oil. So you've got to look at, sometimes at the end of an economic cycle, you start to see a number of market mechanics start to activate this stage of buying. And it typically is in energy, base metals like copper, maybe even silver, precious metals like gold, bulk commodities. We just saw, and again, if I go back to this list on the dashboard, if I look at the 1 month area, you're talking about, wheat and oil and things of that nature. And even though wheat has underperformed recently, in the last month, look what it's done. It's moved from 5 to almost up to 550. That's a big move. If you look at back to the dashboard, you can see what it's done. It's pretty much flat for the 1 month period, but flat is winning over a lot of other sectors, which is pretty amazing if you really think about it. But the big areas are silver, which have popped, obviously gold, GLD, and that nature. But again, we don't rate these, but we do give them technical ratings. And I'm going to call it that money flow. Wasn't just looking at energy, it was looking at a lot of areas that followed suit. But if I go back and look again one more time, we'll end this on XLE. That's what we talked about a lot in the previous month or so. You can see where that started, right around 80 some odd dollars and change, has moved higher. We haven't even seen a relative strength positive change here yet, but we could see that. What do I see here, folks? I see something called sort of a technical pattern shaping up, and it looks interesting at the current setup. Again, oversold setup with a stock that's, or an equity area that's moving higher. The trend is strong. Things look pretty good. I would absolutely pay attention to XLE today. Okay, as I said, we kind of combined a few articles there, all kind of pointing to the same direction. In the last month or so, between April 1st and April 16th, we've written a few different articles about sort of this area of the market kind of creeping up onto the radar screen here at Chaikin Analytics. And so when you see the material situation unfolding in front of you, you can obviously kind of paint the picture about what's going on. So again, rates went higher, tech came in, and all of a sudden commodities started to get more of a bid and definitely more interest. Again, could be late cycle. It could be a lot of different things. Let's just hope it's market broadening out. But until then, that's what we're seeing right here. Again, with the Chaikin Power Gauge, calling things out using the money flow and other indicators. We've got a really powerful tool. All right, we'll see you next week here on the Chaikin Power Feed video series. Take care.